Welcome everyone to this new educational video where I'm going to explain to you one of my more advanced strategies which are called the pinpoint strategy. And in this strategy, I'm usually trying to buy the dip, literally trying to find the direction of the overall trend and then get the best entry at the lowest possible point during the day. This is a more complicated type of trading because here you need to be really good at identifying the overall direction. You also need to be really good at identifying key levels that could be acting as a buy zone or buy areas, and you should also be really comfortable pulling the trigger without so many confirmations. I picked Riot on that particular day because, as you can see, there was a multi-month level that has been held and Riot has been sitting in that range for a couple months. Finally, on the previous day, Riot breaks this range, and because of that, I believe that on this particular day, which is today, Riot is going to continue that trend. Now that I've found the overall direction based on the daily chart, I am looking for a buy zone or a buy area, or maybe a bottoming pattern, or maybe a reversal pattern. And as you can see on Riot, there was a sell-off during the pre-market, and right before the open, the 30-minute chart closed as a doji, which shows us that there is some buying pressure happening around here. And in my opinion, this was exactly the buy zone or the buy area that I need to pay attention to. Riot could get bought above this candle, around this candle, or even below this candle, but this at least gives me an idea as of where the stock could get interesting and where I could get my entry at. And finally, I wait for the market open, and after market open, I want to see how it reacts around this buy area before I finally pull the trigger. So let's go to trading terminal replay feature and try to see how exactly it looked like around this area and where exactly and why I pulled the trigger when I was trading Riot. So as you can see, this was approximately the buy area where I was interested in playing Riot on around. And one of the mistakes that I did is that I kind of rushed the entry on the first minute. I saw that this candle sold off and it instantly started popping up. That got me some sort of FOMO, and I got my first entry on Riot around 1281. Obviously, this entry unfortunately did not work out because a few minutes later, Riot dropped down and it went all the way below this level, which got me stopped out. Overall, I want you to see that it was selling off in the pre-market after a strong day, and after that, it started bottoming before the market opened. One of the things that I love the most when I play this strategy is seeing fake breakouts. So I want the market to open and I want it to break the level that it's holding, and once it does that, that is exactly where I pull my trigger. The mistake that I did in that particular day is that I played it before the fake breakout. Obviously, you don't get fake breakouts every time. Sometimes the market opens and it instantly goes in your favor. Sometimes you get these type of fake breakouts and these type of fake breakouts, which could actually act as a good confirmation where you could get or you could build your position. What's the difficult part around here? The difficult part is deciding where to put your stop loss. Like I told you, this is the buy zone area. This is approximately where buyers are interested in buying this stock. So where do I place my stop loss? I personally use my stop loss at 5 to 7% of the daily ATR. So let's say that Riot has a $1 daily ATR. In this case, 7% of $1 would be somewhere around 7 cents. So if the level is 1270, I could give it somewhere around 5 to 7% of the ATR below the level as a stop loss. So I could build my entry around 1270 and have my stop loss around 1263. Where do I take partial when I'm playing these type of setups? First of all, you need to use key levels. And as you can see here, approximately that is an interesting level. Why is it interesting? Because there was a support that started to act as resistance and that could start acting as a resistance later. And this is where I might want to take my first partial. What is the second partial? The second partial could be at the next level, which is sitting a bit higher, somewhere around 1330 to 1340. So if Riot by any means make it all the way up there, I could take another partial. So a few minutes later, you could see that it's approximately approaching this area, and this is where I want to take my second partial. What do I do with my remaining position? If the daily chart and the overall pattern looks really good, what you could do is target the daily ATR. Like I told you, the ATR or the average true range on Riot is approximately around $1. Because of that, I could hold on to it all the way till 1370, which is the full average true range for Riot. So that's basically it. this is the strategy. It sounds simple, but it's not. Because to trade this strategy, the first thing you need to train your eye on, and the thing that you need to be really good at, is identifying where the market is more likely going to go to today. And you don't have to guess that. Don't try to play this strategy every day. It's not there every day. You need to play it only when it is set, only when you took a look at the daily chart and you could tell that, okay, today most probably we're going there. That is where I'm interested in playing this pinpoint strategy. Second thing you need to do is switch to a smaller time frame, 60-minute chart or a 30-minute chart, and try to find a bottom or a key level where you could catch the beginning of the move. Once you've identified this level, check the average true range on the daily chart. That is what you use to determine where to put your stop loss. And try to use approximately between 4 to 7% of the average true range below the level, because levels are not specific prices. The price is not going to go into the level and exactly bounce out of it. It could get closer to it or get slightly below it. It's a zone, and you need to be aware of that. Finally, once you're in a trade, make sure to partial at key levels and hold a little bit of your shares for the full average true range. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, share and subscribe to our channel, and put a comment down below. If you want to see my trades and how I execute this strategy, make sure to follow me on Twitter at AymanBBT, and I'll see you on the next video.